Dolphins fans? What's up? I am the Frozen Fins fan, and I just wanted to do a quick video and talk about the top 100 thus far. They just released the next little installment of it, and they had, let me double check and make sure I'm right. They had your boy Tua at number 36, and let's go over that list real quick so far. So from 100 to number 36, there are 7 quarterbacks ranked below Tua so far. So that list, let's go over that list real quick. We got Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, Matt Stafford, and Joe Burrow. And this list is done by players, not coaches, not owners, not fans. This is done by players. And I think that lends a little bit of credibility to the list, to the ranking itself, and just in the fact that it's done by the players and not by anybody else. So we got those 7 quarterbacks ranked below Tua, and not just below him, well below him. Trevor Lawrence, I mean, Tua is better than Trevor Lawrence in just about every way. And let me preface this by saying that I'm not a huge Tua fan. I like a lot of the stuff that he does, but I can recognize that he's got a lot of work to do to take that next step to becoming, I guess the word would be elite, an elite quarterback. He's making steps every year. He's getting better every year. I don't care what anybody says. You can look at the stats and look at the things that everybody complains about at the beginning of each season, and he comes out the next year and does better with that. Trevor Lawrence is I'd say worse than Tua in every way. There's nothing that Trevor Lawrence does that Tua can't. Aaron Rodgers, that one kind of shocked me a little bit. I mean, he's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Definitely, a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer for sure. I think the main reason was just because Aaron didn't play last year, and he's getting older in age now, and that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be bad. But I think that it took away some of the respect from the players, him being an older player, 40-something years old, and getting hurt, a serious injury like that. It sucked to see. Even as a Dolphins fan, nobody wanted to see that. I didn't. I thought it was terrible. I wanted to play against the Jets with him to see how Tua would handle that, Kirk Cousins, I mean, no disrespect to Kirk Cousins, but I think Tua has more of an upside than Kirk Cousins does. Justin Herbert, it's always that question, to Herbert or to Tua. And everybody seems to have been saying Herbert, until, this last offseason where there's more and more people saying, well, I'd take Tua. And I'm not a huge Tua fan. I do like Tua Tagovailoa, but I would definitely take Tua over Herbert. Sometimes just a rocket arm doesn't mean everything, and that's a prime example. We'll see how Herbert does this year with the new coach and the new offense and everything they have going on down there in San Diego. Jared Goff, he's good. I'm not going to say that, and I'm not sure if you had to tell me to take Jared Goff or Tua Tagovailoa right now. I'm not sure I could make that call. That's a tough one. I can see why players would put Tua above him. Like I said, these are the players ranking him, and I really do feel like Tua is deserving of being above Jared Goff on this list. Matt Stafford, great quarterback. Like I said, no offense to any of these players on this list. And I can see reasons why someone would want to put Matt Stafford or Jared Goff, or even the next one on my list, Joe Burrow. Tua is better than Joe Burrow according to the players. Holy crap. I did not see that coming. I figured for sure that Joe Burrow would be above Tua Tagovailoa in the top 100, but I guess, the ability to stay healthy, Joe Burrow's had a heck of a time since the Super Bowl staying healthy, and I know Tua had that year of concussions, but last year he was healthy all year, and Joe Burrow can't even say that he's improved every year since he started in the league, and Tua can. So I think that by itself would tell you that that's why Tua is ranked above him. Those are 7 really good quarterbacks: Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, Matt Stafford, and Joe Burrow. That's a heck of a list. And I know it's just the top 100, but I think that if you're Tua and you see this list, and don't let it go to your head, but I think it's a pat on the back for Tua to see that the players and the people that he plays against and with have him ranked above those quarterbacks. In a top 100 list, he's number 36 in the NFL. That's, the quarterback thing aside, number 36 out of 100 players, the best 100 players in the NFL. That's pretty impressive. He's got a good upside, and I feel like all these people that Tua can't win the big game, Tua this, Tua that. Well, this, like I said, this is the thing that's come up this year. This offseason is Tua can't win the big game. Tua can't do it. So this year is when this happened. I can't wait to see what happens this year. I've never, like I said, I've been a Dolphins fan since I was 2.5 years old, according to my parents. I thought their helmets were pretty on TV. And ever since then, I've been a Dolphins fan. I grew up in Phoenix, so I've always been kind of a fish out of water, no pun intended. And I've never been this excited for a season. And not necessarily thinking, oh, Super Bowl, like, TD Finns Talk always says Super Bowl. I'm not saying Super Bowl, but I am saying there's things to be excited about this year. And I think that one of the things I'm excited to see is how Tua plays this year against winning teams, against a team at the end of the year in cold weather, for the division, or to get into the playoffs, or in the playoffs, the first playoff game. Their first playoff game this year. Any of those situations, I can't wait to see them. I almost wish that the beginning of our season was the 5 or 6 toughest games of our schedule. I would just love. I can't wait to see how these games unfold. And win or lose, of course, I'm always gonna kick the hat. But I feel like it's gonna be a little different this year. I feel like Tua's starting to turn the next corner. He's done something. He's done work, and he's made effort, and he's improved in all these spots every year. And I just want to see what happens. As I'm sure most of the Dolphins fans do, whether you hate him or love him, you're in the middle of the road, kind of like I am, where he's the quarterback. He just got his contract, and congratulations to Tua and his family. It's not too big of a deal with the contract situation. He's got an out after 2 years. So if something happens where he's not working out and he's not making that next step, we can move on. The Dolphins can kick the bucket and say, okay, it's over, man. There's an out. It's a great contract if you actually look into the details of it. It's not just $212 million for 4 years. It's not just $167 million guaranteed. There's a big, big difference between guaranteed and fully guaranteed money. And the fully guaranteed, I don't know the exact number. I don't have it on top of my head right now. I don't know it off the top of my head, sorry. But it's not that bad. So if you need to go look it up, go look it up. There's websites where you can do that. Everybody knows. Check it out. Look at the numbers. Look at how the money is dispersed. It's really not that bad. So I feel like it's a good contract. It's a good chance for Tua to stick with the same team, the same offensive scheme, the same coaches, and we'll see what happens. I think that's it for this one. So until next time, we'll just see what happens in preseason as the off season continues on. Be on the lookout for another video in the next couple days. And remember, before the season starts, right after preseason, that last game, I'm gonna do a schedule prediction, so a record prediction for the whole season, and a couple other things I got planned as I'm getting started in this whole YouTuber thing. So if you like what you see, drop a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.